Good girl. Thank you, Ruby. Ruby's being so good.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So on my journey to becoming a 2-star, I'm trying to figure out how to get there, and I'm vlogging my process and showing my improvements every week. And this week I was feeling a little bit fatigued and quite tired. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend this week on burnout. So avoiding burnout and how can I improve myself this week. So follow along for my little vlog on how I did it and little tips in that I used to help avoid burnout.
Don't mind me, I'm just carrying some treats out for my horses. She's on this side. I've broken that fence. So currently I am on a 3-week break from work. So I've actually finished up on one of my jobs, and then I'm just going back in about 3 weeks time because I raise calves. So I'm just doing that for a bit. So I've been off for a week now, and I've been finding myself just like getting sick and haven't been able to do what I wanted to be doing because I've just been like so tired. And I think a lot of it is due to like burnout. And I always find, and I've always seen lots of stuff on people who are like, I like burnout and horse riding, and I really want to make sure I set myself up in a way that doesn't get burnt out. So I want to try practice this week while becoming a 2-star, while working towards a 2-star athlete. This is why I've got it, to avoid getting burnt out. So I'll see if I can get better at that this week. There you go, you get your sticks. Rusty's happy. I'm finally doing some jumping today on Ruby. I feel like I'm so bad at like going out and jumping because it doesn't help that I have to reset up the jumps every time because the calves kick them over, and I also just love hacking. But I need to jump because I do love jumping, but jumping's also an area I need to work on. And today I want to work on building up Ruby's confidence with coming in to jump. Okay, also for anyone who's wanting to get started into like YouTubing or like just doing videos and stuff like that, because I've had people in the past ask me for advice. This thing is the first thing you should buy. You don't need to go buy heaps of things. I've been using this for so long. It was like the most cheapest tripod I could get off Amazon, and it's literally like my baby. Like, it is so good. You can put it literally on anything. These twist so you can like wrap it around things, and it's pretty stable. If you want to start doing videos and becoming an influencer and stuff like that but don't have that much money, get this. Except it's had a little DIY because I was playing around a little bit too much and had to duct tape it back on, but she's good. She's been my baby for a long time, and I don't think I'll be buying another one for a long time.
So I just set up all the jumps. I always love kind of doing this, it kind of gives an opportunity for the horse just to learn to like follow me, do like groundwork. See how she's just following me around, so lovely.
So I've set the jumps up the same way that I've seen Laura Collett set it up. So she's got her cross pole with some guides, and then a couple of strides, and then upright with some poles on the side to help guide them. Because Ruby, she's really good at jumping. She hasn't said no so far, but she does like to wiggle and sometimes run out. So I want to teach her not to run out and just go straight at jumps.
So after I gave Ruby a really good warm-up, I tackled going down the line. So I like to let her trot into it first, and then if she decides to canter, that's totally fine. She definitely had a couple of wiggly moments at the start, so it definitely really helped her, especially coming to the first jump. And then the second jump, I probably couldn't canter it and not have her wiggle out if I didn't have the guides. But then near the end of it, she started getting the hang of it and just started going straight at the jumps, and I was really happy. I felt like this was a really good result for her because she was feeling really confident and getting a lot more sure about what she wanted me to do. She's definitely got a jump in her. So I lifted the jump up just a little bit higher, and she was honestly so good. You need to bear in mind, my striding was not perfect. I moved the jump 3 times and I couldn't figure it out, but she was just super. She had it all sorted by the end, so really proud of her. She was awesome.
Definitely not perfect, but we gave that a good shot. I don't know why I could not figure out how to get Ruby's striding right in that double, so I want to go back and watch the videos and see what it's like and then change it for next time. I'm so used to jumping ponies that it's like such a mission to set it up for horses, but she was going straight, she's way more confident, and we jumped a little bit bigger today, so not perfect but a good step in the right direction. I actually remembered my drink bottle this time because I always find I'm out the horses for like several hours and then I don't drink any water, and then I come in later at night and I'm like, oh my god, I have not drunk enough water. So I'm going to try drink this whole bottle and the time that I'm doing my riding because I need to drink water.
So next up on my jumping list was Rusty. So Rusty is just my little muck around pony. There's no pressure on Rusty. At the moment, I'm literally just trying to see if I can get a little bit more control on the neck rope and just do some jumping and have fun on him.
Once my jumps are still up in between my jumping sessions because the cows love to knock them over. Oh, hi Ham.
So I gave Rusty a very, very good warm-up and then I took him down the line and that striding worked really, really good for him. So obviously I'm good at setting up ponies but not horses. Also, I was not planning on jumping this high, but the cows have broken both sides of my jump, so that's the only height I could put it to. But literally, Rusty made this feel so easy, and I was like, what? So up the height we went. I was like, might as well. He's loving it. Have some fun. He definitely gets quite keen into jumping, but he literally made that feel so easy. So I was like, you know what? I think it's time we gave this a go. So I took off all my saddle. Well, it's not a saddle. It's a saddle pad before people get mad at me. And the bridle. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to jump this height in the neck rope. Woo! Rusty fully drifted down this corner because I was so nervous. But I was like, you know what? Just let him do it. He knows what he's doing. He literally aced it. It was so incredible. One thing I haven't perfected yet is that I can bring him back to the trot and the walk, but I haven't got him at the stopping on command yet, but he's good. And I also jumped Ham over a couple of jumps. He was very, very keen today. I think just having all the grass and everything. So I jumped him a little bit bigger, but then this is the max I jumped him today because it was getting quite hot and he was being a good boy. So I was like, you know what, I'm done.
Would you look at that? Literally by carrying my drink bottle with me, I finished it. Which I don't normally do, so go me. Bring your drink bottle with you when you go riding, just a reminder. Don't mind me, I'm literally in my pajamas. I find the most hardest thing with avoiding burnout and stuff like that is I get so absorbed into my social media stuff. Like right now, I am like, I just want to make every single reel I can think of. For example, if I keep working to about 9 o'clock, the next day my eyes are sore, I'm so tired, so like I need to be like, no. So 6:30 is my time and it's so good because I have this app by Opal. You literally just block your apps and you have to wait before you can go back on the app if you need to break it. It's dropped my screen time so much. I can quickly go on the stats and show you guys. I've decreased my screen time by 33% since downloading this app. So time is down 30% since I've installed Opal. So I've gone from 3 hours to about 2 hours a day. So I've taken back 55 minutes off my day and I'm on track to save 14 years of my life from looking down my phone. So definitely if you struggle with your phone and looking, I really suggest getting it. So I'm just going out to catch Rusty. This is actually the latest I've came out since being off work. It's like 9 o'clock, but I was just doing work inside and I was just doing social media stuff. So catching Rusty in the halter rope and we're gonna do some cattle work. I got a whole bag of carrots with me. Do some work with like perfecting him coming back to the halt and coming back to me because I want to get to the stage where I can like completely control him everywhere in the neck rope because that'd be pretty cool. How I get my horses to come to me. Ooh, yummy carrot. Yeah, they got you. Damn it, I tried to be quiet. I tried to be quiet. Oh, I have to give you one each. Good girl, Ruby. You got one. Oh, Ruby. Oh, Ruby. I've been really bonding with Ruby a lot recently. Like, I really think she's going to be my new best friend. Hey, shall I teach you how to neck rope? Then we can jump big jumps in the neck rope. I've already quite a few people ask me, it's pretty dirty, but where my neck rope is from. It's from Pure Pony Parcel, I think is what it is. It's on Instagram. Literally $25. So if you're from New Zealand and you want a neck rope, she does hand make them, so I don't know how many she can take, but I love this neck rope. It's probably like one of my favorite purchases of last year. Also, if you're looking into summertime to getting some new jumper pants, I also recommend Beyond the Bit their riding tights. They're literally just tights, but you know, made for jumper riding, and they're so comfortable and you don't get hot in them. This is Rusty at the start. Now, whoa. Now give him his carrot. Good boy. To be honest, this has been good, but not good at the same time. So he did come back to his stop, but he gets so excited. He spent the entire time jogging around. When I first got him, this scared the hell out of me because he's been like this since day one. He just froths chasing animals. He is mum's herding dog, herding whatever animal you call it. He will catch anything. He can turn on the dime and he just loves it so much. But yes, it does mean he jogs the entire time. But
feel like he did pretty good with the carrots, but at the end I was like, left him to do his job, and he was happy as Larry. He's like, let me at it, I know what I'm doing, I'm ready to go. He's just so onto it, this horse. Rusty just goes crazy over doing farm work, which is why he scared the absolute shit out of me when I first rode in my younger days. But now he's fine. But I would not put a beginner on him when it comes to stock work. The thing that I'm doing to help myself avoid burnout is that a lot of it also is due to like how much work I do with social media and just keeping things separate. So I'm just setting myself up a little space. This can be where I come to do my social media stuff, and I only do my social media stuff. So it's good for your brain to have things, you know, you have your bedroom for sleeping, your dining room for just eating. So now I want to create an office space. So burnout can hit hard when rest and work are blurred together. So creating a separate space for work can help maintain boundaries, improve focus, and allow your mind to shift into gears when the workday ends. I myself am really guilty at doing this, which is why I'm creating this separate space for myself. I honestly feel like this is so important, and just remember, stepping away isn't losing time, it's investing in your long-term success and happiness.
Oh, Ruby, don't nibble me. No, I got no carrots.
Mum and I decided to try something new, which is taking 4 horses out at once. It's something we haven't done before with Lulu and Ruby. I've done it in the past with Rusty, Hamlet and Perky while riding Rusty, so I knew it can work, but since Lulu and Ruby are both 7-year-olds, we wanted to take it quietly. We're both really big on giving our horses new experiences. We're putting them in situations that they might face at a competition. So whether this is your horses buzzing around in the warm-up ring or preparing for like hunting, which involves a lot of galloping horses, we want them to be able to handle these situations calmly, which we do this by letting 4 horses run at once. So right now I'm currently working on getting Ruby to be more settled in these busier environments, because she can get quite fuzzled when there's lots of galloping horses around. So Perky and Hamlet are perfect for this type of stuff today, because they're really easy to manage, and if anything goes wrong, we can literally just put them back on the lead and they're happy just to be let off us. So at first, Lulu and Ruby were a bit unsure. So we went for a trot and they both were a bit like, what's going on kind of vibe. They did get a little bit of a fright when Perky and Hamlet took up the hill, and we were a bit like, woo! But then once we got over the hill and started walking through the flat paddock, they really started to settle down. So they seemed to kind of figure out that we're just going for a quiet ride and that not really to worry about what the other two are doing. So considering it's 4 horses out on one ride, especially with a couple of thoroughbreds, I'm so pleased how these horses handled it. Plus, we got 4 horses exercise at one go, which is like super time efficient. Definitely would do it again, and Mum wants to do it again too. So a thing that's probably draining your energy and making you, you know, have problems with burnout, which definitely is me, is something you're probably not aware of. But with me, I am definitely aware of it, which is why I'm talking about it today, which is your space. So unfortunately, my space is definitely for my teach shed a lot more dirtier than what I've liked. It's just gone away from me. While I've got some spare time and I'm waiting for my mum to finish with the trailer so I can feed the horses, I'm going to clean up my space. So having a tidy teach shed isn't also about looking good. It's about helping you stay organised, saves time and keeps everything running smoothly. So when your space is cluttered, it makes it really easy to feel overwhelmed, like there's always something else to do. But taking that time to clean up your space can also help reset and clear your mind. Plus, when you go to find your gear to get ready for a ride, it's just easy to find and you can just go and focus on what really matters, spending quality time with your horses. So having that clean space means also, you know, having a clean head is also one of the best ways to help you avoid burnout and keep loving what you do. It's not perfect, but it's looking way better. One of my favorite things to do to like make sure I stay on track and like get everything done and not spend the entire day willy-nilly just doing random stuff and actually getting stuff done, which also takes up mental energy. I plan my days out the day before. So at night time, I'll write down all the things I want to do, which today, like riding all 3 horses and then focusing on my social media stuff. And it just helps me out a lot. I also do need to go back to planning out my weeks in regarding to what rides I'm doing, because I'm not doing enough schooling, because I'm just not planning out my weeks and therefore shuffling it properly. So we'll start doing that next week. So today was a bit of an interesting ride with Perky. Like, it's the first time riding him actually out in the sun, and I just felt like during our ride, he was honestly so good, but he just didn't seem like 100% happy to be ridden at this time, and I could definitely notice his ears were a little bit splayed out, and he actually did turn out doing a little bit of head flicks. It's actually not that bad compared to what he used to be, but it just like every time I see it, I'm like, no, like I don't want to see that, and then I have to then do a quiet ride for him because it sets him off.
There's a little bit of head flicking.
I just want to get to a stage where Perky is just flicking like non-existent. It just makes me so stressed out seeing this because I'm like, oh, like I just want it gone.
But not as bad as what he normally is. So we'll just keep it chill.
I'm so glad that Mum took this video of me. I was like, oh, you don't need to do any video. And she's like, oh, I'll video you. And it made me realise, though he's still slightly head flicking, how far he's come. Like, he's looking so much fulfilled out. I asked him for a canter and he popped right into it on the left leg, which I can never really ever get him to strike off on this leg. He just popped right into it and he felt so good, and I was just quite proud of like how far he's come and how much better he's looking. So while it's not perfect, he's still better.
Not a lie, sometimes it's like, oh my god, this is so frustrating, but also at the same time it's a step forward, but it also feels like a step back. I'm just going to keep riding Perky in the mornings in the light when the light's not there, because he seems to be alright. But just today, while he wasn't like head flicking, he also just felt a bit like, oh, he really wasn't too happy. So it's like, oh. So just really looking forward to getting him tested for ulcers and seeing if that's a problem, because I'm just like, at that stage I'm like, what else do I do? Like, let's just keep trying. Just gonna keep trying. Oh, my stirrups are a bit long. There's deer in that swamp, so we'll see what these are going to do. There they are. Good girls. I'm not even holding on because I know Ruby's going to be okay. No, she's fine. Ruby, you don't even care. Last advice for you guys to help with burnout, and I haven't done this for so long, and I realise why now I feel so much better. You need to have something in the afternoon that makes your brain switch off. For me, it's putting on my headphones, putting on a podcast that makes me want to improve myself. For example, I'm currently listening to JCD podcast, absolutely love him, about money and like how to boost yourself and create wealth, and it's just so peaceful. I've done all my jobs, I've fed the horses, I've mucked out, and I actually feel more rested after doing them jobs, because I'm like, that was my signal to my brain to be like, yep, time to be done for the day, and I'm going to go in, have some tea, and read my book. So make sure you find something that works for you guys, because switching off your brain from work to rest is probably the most important thing. Lulu, and I realise I always forget to say hello and goodbye on this podcast. So this is goodbye for this one. Thank you so much for joining in for this week's vlog. I really hope some of the methods I use to help with burnout really helps you guys. I have my first ever competition this weekend on Ruby, hopefully, if that all goes well. So I'm finishing this vlog on Thursday, and then going to spend the weekend doing a whole separate vlog of Ruby's first ever competition. So keep your eyes out for that. But thank you very much for joining. Perky says goodbye. I'm sure Lulu's just so fussed about food. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, good boy, Perks. He says goodbye. Tell me you weren't paying attention without telling me you weren't paying attention. Fuck, that's electric. I got it stuck. I drove over it and it's stuck in the tyre. So dumb. Far out, that wasted too much time of my life.